Breathe, little ones. You are mine.
The colossal column of energy created by Zalama was finally reaching its final minutes. The wave of power that Zalama unleashed upon the Saiyans was surreal. Time was counted in a completely different way for Vegeta and Goku. They believed they were enduring that overwhelming pressure of power for several minutes or even hours, but they didn't know that not even 10 seconds had passed, and Zalama wouldn't count them. But he knew it was time to cease his power, so he dissipated his attack, allowing the Earth's sky to return to the natural gray of the laden clouds. Goku and Vegeta breathed heavily. They were exhausted, but that feeling of almost being crushed by a force that preceded creation itself had awakened their deepest instincts. Zalama observed the two Saiyans with an expression that mixed satisfaction and calculation. "Well, you passed the first test. You're still alive. That's already greater progress than many gods who have known this power." Vegeta wiped the sweat from his brow and let out an irritated grumble. "That was just the first test?" Goku laughed, cheerful as always. Hey, so that means we succeeded, huh?" Zalama tilted his head to the side as if analyzing Goku's mood. "You managed to survive the fingers of a primordial god. I wouldn't call that a success, but for mortals it's already impressive." Whis gave a slight smile. "You're doing very well, Goku Vegeta. Keep it up and maybe, just maybe, you'll survive the complete training." Beerus crossed his arms, trying to hide his slight pride. These two are going to give me a headache." Zalama then turned his gaze to the sky for a moment, as if remembering something distant, something he had been waiting for ages. And then he spoke. "Before we continue, you need to understand who I am, where I come from, and why the universe works the way it does." Goku leaned forward, curious. Vegeta, though interested, maintained his firm posture. Zalama continued. "To begin with, you know the Namekians, right?" Goku and Vegeta nodded. "Yes, Dende is one of them. Piccolo too. And they are very strong, especially Piccolo. And..." Vegeta slapped Goku on the head. "Shut up, Kakarot, let him speak!" Zalama smiled slightly. "The Namekians are my direct creation, my hereditary race." A heavy silence fell. Goku's eyes widened. Vegeta frowned. Whis raised an eyebrow. And Beerus murmured, "I imagined something like that." Zalama continued, "When the God of all tasked me with creating tools that could interact with the fabric of reality without breaking it, I realized I needed a race that could work with fragments of my power without being destroyed in the process. The Namekians were created with that in mind. They carry within their essence a spark, a tiny, of my power." Goku scratched his head. "So you created planet Namek?" Zalama shook his head. "No, but the Namekian race, that yes, I brought into the world. Each member of that race carries a fragment of my lineage, a link to the originating principle, even if they don't know it." Vegeta crossed his arms. That explains why they create those Dragon Balls, right?" Zalama showed a more serious smile this time. "Yes, but there's something you need to understand. All the Dragon Balls from all the universes are just tiny fragments of the Super Dragon Balls that I created. Nothing more than echoes of the original power." Goku almost dropped his jaw. "So the Earth's Dragon Balls are just tiny pieces of your power?" Zalama replied, "Exactly. Fragments as small as an atom compared to a planet. Even so small, these spheres can affect lives, destinies, even the history of entire planets." Vegeta raised an eyebrow. "And why allow mortals to meddle with something like that?" Zalama closed his eyes for a moment. "I didn't allow it. That was the problem." Everyone fell silent, but Zalama continued. "Originally, only the Namekians were meant to create and use the Dragon Balls. They were made for this. Their souls were molded to withstand fragments of my power. But over time, it got out of my control." Whis looked curious. "And how do you know that?" Zalama smiled proudly. "Because I read Sage Zuno's books."
Guys, before we continue, are you already a member of the channel? I want to keep bringing you more and more amazing videos, but for that, I need your help. Now you can become a channel member. You'll get access to exclusive videos just for members. Your name will appear in the videos as a way of saying thanks. And most importantly, every contribution helps me create even more epic Dragon Ball content. In other words, you won't just be watching, you'll be part of this adventure with me. Every new video that comes out will carry a piece of your support. So if you're a true Dragon Ball fan and want to help the channel grow, click the join button below and be part of this legendary team. Alright, now let's get back to the story.
Beerus almost fell backward. Sage Zuno? The encyclopedic maniac who knows everything? Zalama nodded. He cataloged all the details while I was sealed, including how the Dragon Ball's powers spread to planets that should never have had them. That's how I found out you used them countless times. Goku scratched the back of his neck, laughing awkwardly. Heh. Yeah, so we did use them a few times. Zalama tilted his head. A few? Goku laughed again. Yeah, several times. But it was for good things. Zalama raised an eyebrow. Like what? Goku thought for a few seconds, and then smiled. Well, for the first time I used the Dragon Balls to revive my best friend Krillin. He had been killed, but I didn't want to lose him. So we asked Shenron to bring him back. Zalama became serious. Very serious. Vegeta noticed the change in his expression. What's wrong? Was that wish wrong? Zalama replied, No, but you didn't bring Krillin back to your world. Goku blinked, confused. Huh? What do you mean? He came back here. Zalama shook his head slowly. Krillin doesn't belong to the world of the living that you know, and he should never have gone there originally. When Krillin died the first time, his soul didn't travel to the ordinary other world, nor to heaven, nor to hell. Goku's heart raced. Where, then? Zalama took a deep breath before revealing. Krillin was sent to the Makai world, the realm of darkness, the world of superior demons, and more than that, he belongs to the lineage of an ancient demon, one who was an apprentice of my own master, Rimus. Goku felt a brutal shiver run down his spine. He clearly remembered that name. During that adventure in the Makai world, when he and Shin rescued Dende, who had been kidnapped by a demon, Shin spoke about Rimus at that moment. There is a god as ancient as chaos itself. His name is Rimus. He trained entities that are now forbidden from existing. At the time, Goku didn't understand. Now, it made sense. Goku murmured, more serious than ever. You're saying that Krillin himself, my best friend, is a demon? Zalama didn't hesitate. Yes, a demon, but a good demon. Including all those brought back to life by my power, their souls will always belong to the Makai world. Vegeta was completely shocked. That's ridiculous! Krillin? An ancient demon? Zalama raised his hand. Don't be mistaken. Not all demons are evil. Rimus's lineage is dangerous, but it's good, yes. But Krillin was shaped by the life he lived. He's not to blame for the origin he carries. Goku was in absolute shock. Zalama continued. His resilience isn't human. It's Makai. You just never realized it. When you asked to revive him, you pulled a soul from the most dangerous underworld in existence, and that caught the attention of entities that had been sleeping for ages. Vegeta swallowed hard. How? Solace? Zalama looked at the Saiyan prince with a slight yet dark smile. Exactly. He realized that a Makai soul was improperly brought back, and now he believes that you mortals are abusing the universal laws too much. Goku clenched his fists. So, all this is because of me? No, Zalama replied. It's because of all of you together. You, Vegeta, Beerus, Whis, Zeno-Sama, Super Shenron, the Dragon Balls. All of that has mingled in an absurd web of improbable events. Solace wants to destroy Earth because he considers this planet the heart of disorder. And unfortunately, he's not entirely wrong. Goku took a step forward, his eyes more determined than ever. So let's train for this, right? To protect Earth, Krillin, and everyone we love. Zalama looked at Goku, then at Vegeta, and smiled broadly with absolute satisfaction. Yes, Goku, now that you know the truth, serious training begins. From here on out, your bodies will be rewritten. Your souls will be exposed. You will see what no mortal should see. Vegeta gave a fierce smile. I was born for this. Goku stretched out his arms, excited. Let's begin! Zalama opened his arms, making the sky tremble once more. Stones rose, the air vibrated, and a new phase of training began. The fate of the universes was once again in the hands of the two Saiyans. Guys, that's all for today. Did you enjoy discovering the origins of the Namekians? Tell me, are you enjoying Zalama's story? Leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Bye.